Well, I figured I should check the points because it had a bit of a misfire at idle and it's a bit all unhappy. And yeah, they're barely open, that's them fully open, and they've got a nice burn mark on them, so there's a little dick that's going from one side to the other. But someone's put new leads and cap on it, but no new plugs. There's the spark plugs. I think I'll do point, condenser and plugs before I even try and tune this or start it. Because yeah, I noticed it was kicking about a bit when it was cold, like just a complete misfire. And that's the point. Now there's the rusty old points. You can see the rubbing block's worn down. You can see they're not opening very much. If I open them a little bit more, you can see the dick that's on them. So they're burnt out and fucked. Yes. Whoever put the distributor cap on probably didn't even know what points were. Well, whoever blocked off the smog pump system and removed the pump did actually block off the rail. They put ball bearings in every one of those fittings. But they put this rail back on, you know, and shit, looks terrible. So I'm going to cut off each one of these just so they can screw in and seal, but no more rail. This is pointless. Waste of, you know, fuel because it's heavy. And it looks shit and it's rusting. So, yeah. Why don't people do proper jobs anymore? So when I'm done, I'll probably just look, you know, just cut off right there. So you just see a little bit, you know, sticking out. That's it. Easy as pie. I wound one of those fittings out of the head, so that's where the little ball bearing was in there. I figured if I can get a bolt with the right thread and the right length, the right head, might as well put a bolt in there and look much better, because it still will look a little bit poor if I cut off the ends. It'll still look better than what it did. But I'll look for bolts tomorrow, but if not I'll cut the thing down. Well, here's the fuel filter. It's just a Z14. As you see, it's got a nice little crack in it. And as you also see, it's on the pressure side of the pump. Ooh, that could end up in fire. There's about, I don't know, 7 pounds of pressure in there. Or between 4 and 7, let's say. So if that did split open, it's sort of facing the distributor, that could have been pretty bad. So I'll do that in the fuel hoses, because someone's put a new pump on, one new hose at the bottom here, and then it goes into the old cotton hoses. So, yeah. I don't know why they didn't have a filter on that side of the pump, before the pump. That's where it should be. I might put one there later because it's a fairly new pump. I'll flush it and put a filter over here. See what happens. Jack's come. He thinks I'm the gate master, you see. I don't make it easy for him. I'm thinking it needs some power steering fluid. That looks a little bit low. Well, I took the filter out of the power steering pump. That's not too bad. Drained all the power steering fluid and I'll just top it all up. Because to get one of these might be a bit tricky. Well, the filter just slots down in there. So if you have a Mercedes with this type of pump on it, just check the filter, especially if the oil looks dirty. You've got a little spring to hold it down, and a little clip goes down. Just don't cut your fingers off when you try and get that clip off. Just push it down like that. There we go, all done. Now I can fill it up with fluid. Yeah, that's better, nice and full. There's a lip just on this side that you fill it to. You can just see the line. I'm going to can this master cylinder because when I flush the brake fluid I think it's going to leak a lot more than it's been weeping. You see it's a bit damp underneath it. So, time for a new master. It's just full of bloody swamp water. I figured I'd drain the oil, let it drain for a day. I put some oil system cleaner in there just to break up the sludge in the sump. So just let that do its thing overnight, and tomorrow I'll flush it through with some more. Well, as you can see, the oil filter is pretty bad. It's almost collapsing under, the oil pressure from being blocked. The one underneath it's out of that 250, the really nice one, but slightly neglected under the bonnet. As you can see, that one's better. And this one's out of my Mercedes. That's when I like to change them, before they block. So, you can see the difference. Really bad, not so bad, pretty good.